Me at the back? Because I could talk without the mic, because Alan Prabhu hears better without the mic. Is that right?
Yes, Maharaj.
So I don't mind if you're okay without the mic. Is it okay without the mic?
Yes.
You're sure? Okay, so we'll reserve that for when it's required. Refreshments are coming.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day. Here in, I guess we're in Liverpool, are we?
Yes.
Still in Liverpool.
Yes.
Some suburb of Liverpool. And I believe today, I don't know, Barbara or Alan, do you ever remember an initiation ceremony taking place in Liverpool?
No. I've been to one in Manchester.
Manchester, yes.
Not Liverpool.
So
No, only. I think we had a fire yagi there once with Tatikshu, but that was for a wedding ceremony.
wedding ceremony. So it looks like this is a few firsts here today. It's certainly the first initiation in this garden. I don't think I'm wrong to say that. It's certainly the first initiation I have been in Liverpool, and it's probably the first initiation as such, ceremonial initiation, in Liverpool.
Yes.
Maybe this is a beginning of a very big future. We hope to see in this amazing city of Liverpool. Liverpool is one of the most famous cities in the world. All over the world, if people know anything about England, there's two places, London and Liverpool. Isn't it? Of course, it was made famous by your homegrown Beatles. Isn't it? And also by your famous football team. But mainly the Beatles have made this city world famous. I was early this week on Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday, I can't remember. But one lady came to see me in Soho Street. Her name is Katie. She works for the Metropolitan Police. She is a detective in the Metropolitan Police Force. And she came to see me. She's been watching my classes online and wanted to meet me. So she came, and she'd written a letter prior to her coming. And in that letter, she'd explained a little bit about how she had come to Krishna consciousness. Short letter, but every line was very, very wonderful. The first line said that she'd never heard of the Hare Krishna movement, practically. She had no interest. The next line said that she heard that there was a George Harrison garden at the Bhaktivedanta Manor. Can you hear, Barbara?
Yes.
A George Harrison garden at Bhaktivedanta Manor. Some of you have seen it. So she was a follower of the Beatles when she was young. Well, still is. She's 50 now, almost. So she wanted to go there. So with her friend, they just went there to see the garden and remember George. So when they got there, the devotees invited her and her friend for a tour of the property. So they went on a little tour. And on the tour, they went into Srila Prabhupada's room, or rooms. How many of you have been to the Bhaktivedanta Manor? Many of you have not been. So hopefully you will go one day. And in that beautiful temple building, there are the rooms of Srila Prabhupada where he stayed for many months. Months he stayed there. He loved those rooms. He very much appreciated the beautiful service that George Harrison rendered. So this lady came there solely because of George Harrison, you could say. But when she went into Srila Prabhupada's rooms, her whole life changed. Suddenly, her whole consciousness transformed. She was, the line before that, she said, I was an avowed atheist. I had no interest or belief in a God. But when I entered those rooms of, what now she says, Srila Prabhupada's rooms, her life changed. She felt she was in another world. And she became absolutely dedicated. Her heart just ran to Prabhupada. And she was just saying, who is this man? Who is Prabhupada? She didn't know Prabhupada. Who is this man? And then the devotees explained a little bit about him. And she wanted to know more. And she said, can I read about him? So she bought some books about Prabhupada Lilamrita and started reading. Then she got so attracted that she started to come to, he lived in Woolwich, southeast London. But she would come to the manor as much as she could and render service. And now she's chanting 16 rounds, following all the principles, doing service at the manor whenever she can get there. See the transformation just by, in one sense, it was George Harrison who rendered that service. Huh? Amazing. Millions of people all over the world, their introduction to Krishna consciousness was through George Harrison and or the Beatles. They were also instrumental as a group. In fact, they all had a connection with Krishna consciousness. All of them. Even Ringo. Did you know one day Ringo Starr girlfriend, ex-girlfriend came to the Soho Street Temple maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago, I can't remember, a long time back. She came to the temple, ex-girlfriend, and she said, at that time we didn't know she was ex-girlfriend, but she said, I need a new Bhagavad Gita. And then the boy started talking to her. She said, they asked her where she came in contact with Krishna consciousness. She said, in New York. She was a model in New York, fashion model. And then she said, I was previously a girlfriend of Ringo Starr, long time back. And she said, it was Ringo who introduced me to the Bhagavad Gita. Every time he would call, the first thing he would say would be, Hare Krishna, in a Liverpudlian accent. But that's how she got the Bhagavad Gita. And she wanted another one because the one she already had was worn out. She'd read it so much, it was falling to pieces. So amazing how Krishna works through different individuals to bring other individuals into Krishna consciousness. Isn't it? This is the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to make Krishna consciousness available to everyone. Not everyone's going to become a pure devotee in this life. That's not expected. But everyone can be connected. Everyone can connect with Krishna, one way or another. We don't realize the potency, the effect of somebody just saying, Hare Krishna, or even just Krishna. Hare Kari. I mean, they say sometimes, Hare Karis or something. But they're kind of indicating somewhere along the line, Hare Krishna. Their beginning is there, at least. But so many people have sang. This Hare Krishna mantra was played during the football stadium in Manchester during the interval in the late or early 70s. when the record was produced by George Harrison. It was played even in my home where I used to watch the football in 1970. I remember it being played during the interval also. There weren't many people in the stadium, but at least it was played. So many places it's coming in. And this is quite unique. So it's very special. And now at last I see, not at last, Liverpool has had a history of Krishna consciousness, not just because of the Beatles, but devotees have been coming here. I was coming here on Sankirtan in the 70s. We would go, I don't know the name of the little road I used to like very much for book distribution. I was arrested every single day for 2 weeks by the police in Liverpool. Every single day. The policeman knew me. "Mr. Woman, come here!" And I'd run and he'd run. "Gotcha!" In you go. Every day. Next morning, first thing, in the court. £5 fine. Back on the street, straight out of the court. By midday, he's chasing after me again. Issue a charge. As soon as I leave the police station, back on the street again. Every day like this. Devotees have been coming here since 1970 practically. And we've had little endeavors, big endeavors. I was just speaking to a devotee named Tatikshu. Some of you know or remember Tatikshu Prabhu very well. He was here for, what, a decade? Quite a long time he was preaching in this area. I stayed with him sometime in the 90s, I don't know which time. And that's when Alan and some of you, maybe Barbara, I don't know, Jody, if you all came at that time. Some of you came at that time when he was preaching here. And they had an amazing place, huh? Some of you went there. Bold Street. A very bold venture. Did you? I don't know your name, Prabhu. What's your name? James?
James was there.
You were there too. I thought you were. I went there a few times also. I was a grihasta then, married. But I went there a few times. He invited. I was just visiting. I was not living in England. From 1984, I left England and I went to Asia. I was in Asia most of the time. Now I'm back in Europe again. But at that time, I'd visit England sometimes. I came to Liverpool a couple of times because Tatikshu's wife, Chakra Nadi, she joined. I'd started a temple in Newcastle in 1980, and she joined there. We had 3 or 4 new devotees joined there when I was there for 9 months or something, and she was one of them. And then she got married to Tikshu, and they were here. So they invited me here because it's close. And I just spoke to him. So he's sending his deepest, heartfelt best wishes to all of you, particularly back to Alan. And very, very happy that after so many years, I think more than 30 years you've been coming. I sometime in the early 90s, huh? And steady. All of you are heroes, because you've stuck to Krishna consciousness with sometimes no temple, very little association. Sometimes other groups of Vaishnavas have come and tried to entice everyone to join them, and many of the local devotees did join them, followers of Gaudiya Math groups and so on. So many reasons to give up. So many reasons, but you've not. You've stuck with it. You've remained faithful to Prabhupada. And this is your ticket back to Godhead. It's very special. This life, next life, what does it matter? But our journey back to Godhead by staying at the lotus feet of a pure devotee of the Lord. We may not be very great. We're very small. We've got our limitations, our shortcomings. Prabhupada many times told us that no one can follow perfectly. Nobody, neither sannyasi, grihasta, vanaprastha, or brahmachari or brahmacharini. No one can follow perfectly. But that we're trying, that's the secret. We're sincerely endeavoring to assist, or trying to assist the pure devotee, assist Lord Chaitanya, although actually we're being assisted, but it looks like we're assisting, to share Krishna consciousness with others. And it's so heartwarming to see what's going on here now. There's these brahmacharis from the manor or wherever they're from, preaching here daily. And so many of you are still coming, and new ones who are coming. Is very wonderful. What is the future? Let us see. So this is the first time initiation here in Liverpool. What other firsts are there? Some other firsts, aren't there? First time. Well, Alan is if Krishna allows us to carry on this evening, if we last that long, both of us, he will probably be my physically eldest disciple. Jai Jagannath. Lord Jagannath has come at the right time. He is so merciful, Lord Jagannath. He's going to be coming again next month for Rath Yatra, is that right?
23rd of August.
What date?
23rd of August.
23rd of August. I'll be busy at that time, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, but I won't be able to come here. So Lord Jagannath is everywhere, and he's arrived in Liverpool now. There's a few other firsts. I've forgotten what they are. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Well, they look very happy today. Nice, compatible outfits. Purple, pinkish, orangey, nice. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Where's Nrsingadev? Oh, we're here. My goodness. Who is not with him? He's brought his whole family today. Hare Krishna. Am I mistaken? It looks like Hanuman, is that right?
That's right, yeah. It's Hanuman and Garuda.
Garuda, Lakshmi. Where's Prahlad?
This is Lakshmi Nrsimha.
Yeah, I know. Hanuman and Garuda are there as well. Unique. Eavesdropping, huh? Gate crashing there. Hi, Hanumanji. Where's Ganesh? Lord Ganesh worships Lord Nrsingadev. Oh!
Who said that we've got a Canadian?
You have a Ganesh. Okay, bring him. Bring a lot of money. It's my first time, I think, in Liverpool. I don't know, last time I came what was the name of that little room you used to have?
In Bolts?
No, after that we were renting a room somewhere.
That was in Bow Street as well, further down.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Different temple.
Yeah,
Not the temple,
Yeah, another room.
It was on
So,
top of a bookstore.
bookstore? That's the last time I came when you had that room there.
Yeah.
I came a couple of times. My memory of that was lots of chairs up against the wall and things like that, you know. Yeah. Don't have much memory, but I remember coming a couple of times there also. So now we're back again. Tomorrow, we're only here tomorrow. Program tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, March.
Yes, we're here for that, Krishna willing. And then we head off to Manchester. Hare Krishna. So we'll just speak a little bit about this event, this festival, glorious festival. Who's coming? Who's coming? Here he is, Jai, Ganapati Ki Jai. There he goes. They're all coming. Who else have you got in the back there? Who else is hiding away? The more the merrier. Let all the devas come. There, looking good. Jai. Prabhupada's looking good. There was something I wanted to share. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, if it comes, it comes. So, Om Jnana Timrandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paschachade Satarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo. Do you want to do the neck changing of the neck beads and the achman now?
Yes.
Okay, well, are you going to give a little tiny brief as to what the flow of the program is, Antaranga Prabhu?
Okay.
If you want.
So
It's
at this point, we're gonna slowly initiate the ceremony. At this point, Alan gonna change his beads. The significance is that those which are entering into initiating life, they receive 3 neck strands of tulsi beads around their neck. So Panchadatta, you can prepare yourself. Then the Yagyapati or the Yagya Brahmana, he will initiate the fire sacrifice, and
no,
Maharaj will give the name.
no, I'll give a talk after this.
Okay. Maybe Maharaj, you share. You know better.
Yeah, well, we'll just do a little achaman now.
Yeah.
And Sarvagya Prabhu will slowly and clearly, because not everyone's familiar with these. Don't worry if it's not perfectly done, okay? Very relaxed. Easy going in Liverpool. Yeah, we're not at the manor where, there's 68, 80 devotees all watching to see if you do it properly, and nobody's watching here. Krishna's watching and he's enjoying it like anything. So a simple achama, and then the neck beads will be changed. One devotee will change the neck beads for Alan. And then after that, I'll give a little talk. And then after the talk, as I said already, if we're all still here, Krishna willing we will be, then we'll be Namakarna, we give a new name. It's essential, according to Shastra, Hari Bhakti Vilas and other scriptures, describe that initiation, the candidate, the devotee must receive a new name. So that's one of the features. And then after that, there will be a fire yajna. I hope there's no problem with the neighbors. There'll be no problems. You'd say we're having a barbecue if they ask you any questions. It's a party, Birthday is birthday. Alan's birthday party today, isn't it? So, and then after that, there'll be a little circumambulation. Ishan has come from Scotland. So now we have a Scottish representative still living in Scotland anyway. Some of you were living there before. But now from Scotland today, Ishan Prabhu has come down as the representative of the Scottish Yatra. And we have the representative of the Manchester Yatra, and that's, I suppose, representative-wise, as you're the manor, represent. So we have a few, we'll talk more of that later. So we'll carry on now with the Achaman, and after the circumambulation, there will be presumably Prashadam. Okay, everyone's requested, you don't have to, you're requested to give a little dakshin to Alan after the yajna. And then he presents it to the initiating guru, who then gives it to the temple president. Is that the system? Good system, huh? Anyway, you can offer a flower if you want, but something should be offered at least. Hare Krishna. So we will proceed now with the official ceremony. We can gently chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You look thirsty. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Om Madhava Namahaya.
Jai. Hare. Well done. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Anything else? Sarvagya, is that enough? Okay. We'll just add one little mantra for the sake of everyone's understanding. You can repeat after me. Om Apavitra Pavitra Va Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yakshmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Bhantarak Shuchihi Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. And this little Vedic mantra means that whoever we are, whatever we are, pure or impure, anyone who remembers Krishna's Pundarik Akshas, it means eyes, he's lotus-eyed. His eyes are lotus-like. Anyone who remembers that lotus-eyed Lord becomes purified within and without. Of course, we don't use that necessarily as an excuse that I don't need to take a bath, I don't need to wash my clothes, I don't need to wash anything, even my own hands, nothing. We don't use it as an excuse. We also want to, let's say, become a little bit more in the mode of goodness, acting a bit purely. But the reality is, everything we do, the most important principle in Krishna consciousness, what is that? Smartavya satatam Vishnu, Vishmartavya najatu chit. And what does that mean? Always remember Krishna. Never forget him. All the rules and regulations that we follow are for that purpose. They're not in of themselves of any value unless they create or help us to move towards that. We're not going to happen right away. It takes time. But to become conscious of Krishna, that's our goal in life, huh? To be conscious of Krishna always. Okay? It takes time. So we all know that because we're all the time surrounded by other, you could say, we're not living in the Satya Yuga, we're living in Kali Yuga. We all know what that means, isn't it? Distractions at every moment practically, mental, physical, environmental, other people. So many distractions, isn't it? We're addicted to social media maybe, so many things. Alan sitting there reminds me of an old friend of mine. His name was Peter Burwash. Some of you may know Peter Burwash, or know the name. Has anyone heard the name? Sarvagya Prabhu's heard the name. I think Jivananda also, but who was Peter Burwash? He left his body 5 years maybe.
He was one of the famous tennis players.
He was an international tennis player. He played for Canada. He was also the Canadian tennis coach when he retired from playing. And he was an internationally famous motivator. We hear about people like Stephen Covey. He was also doing like that. But his motivation, he was still going around also coaching or teaching coaches how to coach. Worldwide, he was also a member of PETA. PETA? The Vegetarian Animal Rights Association. He would speak at great conventions all over the world. He was an amazing person. And he was a great supporter of our Food for Life program. I don't know if you have that here or not. But he was financing much of the Food for Life in India. A wonderful man. He met Prabhupada in 1975, maybe in Canada. He spent hours with Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was teaching him how to be Krishna conscious and play tennis. He told him, don't give it up. Just like George, he said the same thing. Don't give your music up. You carry on doing what you're doing. Just remember Krishna. And he said the same thing to Peter Burwash. And he did. He was chanting 16 rounds for almost his whole life. He didn't take initiation for some reason. But he was chanting 16 rounds on beads and doing so much service. And this is how this movement will spread. There will be a few who are in the situation of dedicating their whole time, you could say, like brahmacharya, brahmacharini or sannyas. But the vast majority of devotees in the world will be like yourselves, married or living at home, working, retired, whatever it is. It does not matter. The main thing is to put Krishna in the center of our lives. And initiation is just a culmination, you could say. Although it means beginning, normally initiation in ancient times meant accepting the order of Brahmin, if you know what that means. It's an order of life where the scholars, the educationalists, the teachers in society, spiritual teachers, and that was only a few people would accept this Brahmin initiation. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was introduced for Kali Yuga because that type of process is not very effective in this age. People are not in the mode of goodness. We're all passionate, ignorant, and so on. So Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself, in the most magnanimous form, has introduced a process which is very easy and anyone can do it. Even a dog can chant. And I have seen a dog chant. If you've read my little book, Animals in Krishna Consciousness, Rama, the dog was Rama, 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 Rama. And there are other instances of dogs chanting. I saw a video recently of a dog chanting also. I think he was also chanting Rama. Even a dog can chant. What to speak of a soul in the human body? All over the world people are chanting, isn't it? Of all religions. This is the Yuga Dharma. This is the only means in this Kali Yuga is chanting. Whatever else goes on, just keep chanting. That's the bottom line. We may have our little attachments here and there, but keep chanting. Don't get too mental. Keep chanting, and the more we can do, the better, of course. But the chanting is the Yuga Dharma. Everything else is to facilitate the development of chanting, individually, collectively. This is the Sankirtan movement. I guess you all know what Sankirtan means? Somebody like to tell me what Sankirtan means?
Congregational chanting.
But you're not supposed to speak. You're speaking too much. And later on you'll be speaking even more. Is he able to keep his mouth closed for a little while? Don't get me wrong. Thank you very much for coming all the way over to do the yajna. Saubhagya Prabhu. But, okay, there's no need to ask anyone else because everyone else has heard what he said. I guess. What did he say?
Congregational chanting.
Congregation. Thank you, Prabhu. We come together, congregate, huh? National, international, should be congregation, congregation international chanting. How many of you are from Liverpool itself? Hands up. Liverpudlians. Quite a lot. That's pretty impressive. How many of you, other than those devotees, are from Lancashire? Which part of Lancashire?
Pendle.
Pendle. Oh, far out.
Yeah, that way on Burnley.
Huh?
Pendle, yeah, Burnley.
Well, also Pendle. Is that, where's it near? Burnley?
Yeah.
Where's it near? Really? Not very big place. You came together or what?
No, we've never met. We just realised that we were from the same place.
Isn't that? That must be a special place. You have to go to Pendle. It's not far from, you know, Rasheshwari living in Accrington? Yeah. She's doing nice preaching up there. Or has been. And in Preston is another little group, isn't there? That nice Indian lady, I can't remember her name. And where are the rest of you from? Where are you from?
Manchester.
You were born there? You're not born there. Born India or where?
India.
India. Born in India. How many of you were born in India? Quite a lot. So that's India. Okay, what other countries are you from? Any other countries? Anyone from Iceland? Anyone from Mongolia? No. Mongolia, no Mongolia. Anyone from France? Well, I'm not from France, I stay in France. Anywhere else? We have Slovakia. Anyone from Slovakia? Come on, don't be shy. 2 devotees from Slovakia. Anyone from Scotland? Any Scotlanders? Only one Scotty. There's a Scotty. You're not. Are you a Scotty? He's not a Scotty. He's not a Scotty. He's a local lad. One Scotty. Two Scotties. Okay, good. Because the Scottish Yatra was very active here in this part of England, right? For a long time.
All north of England.
All the north of England, yeah. We were hoping, Prabhupada Pran, the temple president, was going to come until last night. Unfortunately, his wife fell sick. Now, did he send a little message?
He has
A video. How are you going to show that?
audio, so I'll put it on the speaker.
After a little while, we'll put his message on the speaker because he has been a constant well-wisher and guide to Bhakta Alan throughout the time that they've known each other. To Tikshu also, as we mentioned already, and maybe Krishna Dharma in the very early stages also had a part to play. And another devotee, a very close friend of mine, his name's Rida. Probably, I don't know if any of you know Rida Prabhu. You do? So Alan and Rida Prabhu were working at various times, right? On publications. And Rida has a very, very, very deep love for Alan, and he was almost crying on the phone, sending his best wishes to Alan today. He's in India, in Mayapur. So he's so happy that after so long, at this stage of life, you know, it's many of us will not reach this stage of life. 88, 89 years of age in this body. And he, as I may have mentioned, but he's my oldest at initiation disciple, I think. I had another disciple who lived into his 90s, but he was a little younger when he got initiated. And so that's another kind of first in one sense, isn't it? So we hope that all of you will give all of your love and blessings to Alan. The journey is, he's already way down the journey. He doesn't know how far, much further than he thinks. But this is a major step. Initiation on this path of devotion is an important step. What form it takes may vary. Initiation really means within the heart, isn't it? That we take shelter of a spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession. We're taking shelter of the line. The representative. Anybody like some water? Alan, are you thirsty?
Yes.
Oh, can we bring some water? Someone can give Alan some water, because it's important not to get dehydrated, especially when you're elderly. And we don't hold these rules. Now, if we were following strict Vedic rules, we'd have to start all over again. But we're not going to. And neither did Prabhupada. As you may know, in the first initiations in this movement, there were hardly any rituals. Nobody knew what was going on. The devotees were dressed in jeans and t-shirts, getting initiated. They didn't know what the four regulative principles were. They found out the day before they had to start chanting on beads. They found out they had to chant 64 rounds a day on the initiation day. Impossible. So Prabhupada brought it down to 16. Even that was difficult. He asked them to try to stop eating donuts from the shop next door. And Jamuna, when she first came, he asked her, please wash your hands after you've had your cigarette. Yeah. That was how ISKCON started in the West. We tend to think that those days have gone. They have not gone. If we think they're gone, we've gone. Because without that mood, this movement would not spread. If you think you can impose Brahminical standards from the beginning, you're in a dream world. Dream world. The same thing is there as it was 60 years ago when Prabhupada started this movement. Okay, many people have risen up and they've become more mature, if you want to call it that. But the vast 99.9 recurring percent of people are still completely oblivious to what is Krishna consciousness. And that is where you have to find the ways where they can see how they can connect to this movement. They cannot connect, probably, with a Brahminical standard. Even deities, there were no deities in the beginning. That's okay, they can be there. Jagannath was the first deities, by the way. Lord Jagannath. People could relate, especially my generation, because we were so intoxicated when we saw Lord Jagannath. It was like part of our hallucination. We couldn't, it was just out of this world, you know, this strange looking figures with big round eyes, you know, no arms, you know, these stumps. It was like, it looked so part of the scene, you know, I mean. So Jagannath is really, I mean, he is actually the form of the Lord for this age. Lord Jagannath, he's very special. He was the deliverer of the Shabras, the pig herders. Lord Jagannath, Lord of the universe. That's why Rath Yatra Festival is so glorious. So Prabhupada gave initiation to people who were really not really very aware or mature in Krishna consciousness in the beginning. Of course, later on it became a little bit more regulated. But the same principle is there to bring people in. In fact, at the first initiation in San Francisco, Srila Prabhupada, there was one boy, he just started coming, he'd been twice to the temple, the preaching center, and he wanted to be initiated. The devotee said, but Prabhupada, he only just started coming. We don't hardly know him. And Prabhupada said, you want to be initiated? He said, yes. He said, okay, answer these questions. He gave him a really heavy test. He said, do you know who Krishna is? And the boy said, Krishna, God. He's God. He's God. Very good. Do you know who you are? Servant of God. He probably heard it. Maybe someone said, very good, you can be initiated. Quite simple. Anyway, it's not all about getting initiated, is it? Anyone may do like that. Initiation is not just a ceremonial function. It is a serious. It's like getting married. It's not just going in, getting married, and then going in the divorce office the next minute. It's a link. It's a bondage. It's a relationship. It is a responsibility. It's a commitment. So initiation is also meant. That's what it really means. It's not just a ceremony. It's something which we really feel we want to enter into. Alan's already entered into that. We've known each other now since the 90s, on and off. On and off. I mean, years passed by, but here and there we've met in Manchester, in Liverpool, in London, maybe elsewhere, I don't know. Vrindavan. What better place to meet than Vrindavan, isn't it? Ultimately, we all meet in Vrindavan, isn't it? That's what Prabhupada wants. We all meet, not just on the Vrindavan, which is visible to our, what would we say, our present set of eyes, but the actual Vrindavan, the eternal Vrindavan. This is part of that process. So the essential, in one sense, this initiation, by the way, is called Nama Diksha. There are different, Diksha means initiation in short. Nama obviously means name. Initiation to the name. You're already chanting. He's been chanting more or less for the good part of more than 30 years. Is that right?
Yes, more or less.
More than 30 years. Maybe not always 16 rounds. And at his age, that is not necessarily always going to be the case. Even Haridas Thakur, the Namacharya. Maybe my phone's on too, actually. Good, thanks for reminding me. Here is it. Here it is. Maybe you can hold it, you and I'll turn it off if you can, please. Thank you. When he was elderly, and not as old as Alan, by the way, at that time, he was in his 80s, but Lord Chaitanya told him it's not necessary for you. He said, I must finish my quota. He was sick, he was old and sick. He said, I must finish my quota. That is my sickness, he said, is I'm not finishing my rounds. And Lord Chaitanya said, now you don't need to do that. You just chant, but you don't need to, he said like that. Of course, his quota was a little bit more than ours. He had 190 rounds a day. We try to do that. But some another, we try to dedicate ourselves to Srila Prabhupada and his mission in whatever way we can. As we were hearing, I was just hearing from Tatikshu and from Alan, when they first started the center in Bold Street, how different personalities were coming forward to do the plumbing, the electricity, the floor, the ceiling, the fixing the doors, isn't it?
Yes.
Everything.
Everything had to
The
be
whole place had to be torn inside out practically and rebuilt within practically. It was such a mess. That's how we serve. You don't, it's by rendering what you are to Krishna. Whatever you can give, whatever Krishna has given us, we understand that's his. And we offer that to him. Whatever it is, we may have a little talent. It doesn't matter. We just heard about Hanuman. There's the famous story of Hanuman, isn't there? When Lord Ram was building the bridge across to Lanka. Are you all familiar with this? The bridge to Lanka. They were making it with big stones and mountains. It was a huge bridge. It wasn't just like a little, what do you call those little rope bridges that this was like a huge, even the biggest expressway in the world was nothing compared to this bridge. Hundreds of billions of monkeys were crossing that bridge. to Lanka. Hundreds and thousands of billions of monkeys and baboons and bears. The bridge was said to be 80 miles wide. Wide. That's further than from here to, what is it called? Where you live? Pendle. Further than wider than from here to Pendle. It's like incredible. Maybe from here to Lancaster or something. Incredibly wide. Big bridge. And there was one spider who wanted to help build the bridge. Called down to the ocean, started pushing grains of sand towards the ocean. Hanuman said, don't waste your time. You're just getting in the way. You'll get squashed. Lord Ram immediately said to Hanuman, who are you to tell this? He is doing better service to me than you. Because you're feeling proud. He's not. His service is more valuable. It's not the quantity. It's the attitude, the heart. This is the essence of, you could say, relationship. We may not be very capable. In materially speaking, we may have some deficiencies, shortcomings, call it what you will. But it's the attitude that we're sincerely trying to connect with Krishna, to understand that we want to please Krishna. That's all. We're kids. You know, if you had kids, many of you have had kids. How many of you have got kids or had kids? Quite a few of you. So you know when a kid is growing up, you know, say 1 or 2 years old, he's starting to walk. Do you chastise the kid because he falls over? Not at all. Or when he starts first speaking a few words, or maybe he brings you a little stone. Daddy, please, I brought you a gift, and he gives you a stone from the garden. What do you do? What do you do?
Accept it.
You accept it. That's so kind. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, son or daughter, whatever. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. It's a relationship. However small it is, it's a relationship of love. Initiation is a relationship where, of course, we're only at a certain stage, but it is a development of that love to Krishna ultimately. That we're offering ourselves like that, in some way or another. And we try to chant the holy name as purely as we can. Some of you are chanting on beads, I see. I don't know your name from Pendle. What's your name?
Teddy.
Caddy?
Teddy. Like teddy bear.
Teddy.
Yeah.
That's an easy name, isn't it? Teddy. Teddy bear. So you're chanting on beads? Good, good. And some of you, many of you are chanting. How many? I don't want to embarrass anyone, but I'm sure many of you are chanting on beads from a long time. I see a bead bag here. What's your name?
Kaz.
Ka?
Kaz.
Kaz.
K-A-Z. Kaz.
K-A-Z.
Kaz. Kaz. Nice.
Yeah.
Kaz name. That's short for something, is it?
Yeah.
Are you from, did you say you're from here?
I was born in Liverpool, yeah.
Very good.
But I've just spent the last 20 years in Nottingham.
Nottingham? You know the devotees there?
I did actually meet a devotee there, yeah. He actually gave me a book, Chant and Be Happy.
Good.
Yeah, and then
So now you're chanting and you're
now
happy.
I'm very much,
Good. And you're back in Liverpool again. Let's see, back home. Nice. So quite a few you're chanting. I'm sure that Jody, you're chanting. And Barbara, still chanting, never stopping. And I don't know mostly everyone else's names. I think that these young men here are chanting too. I'm not sure. I'll find out tomorrow morning and see what they're up to. They'll probably sleep through till 11 o'clock in the morning. Take their dinner and lunch and go back to sleep again, isn't it? Yeah, whenever possible. That's why they came to Liverpool. They couldn't do it at the manor. I know what their excuses are. Yeah. There's no one on top of them here. We know these Slovakians. So we try to chant as much as we can. And of course, if you have a relationship with someone, you try to do what they like, huh? You know, say, I mean, it's got a foreign language to us in a sense, but maybe your partner has a foreign language name and it's like a difficult name or something. But you try your best to pronounce it, don't you? A foreign language. You can probably never say it quite right, but we try our best. And, you know, the local person understands you're trying, and that's what counts. He's not going to get angry if you don't pronounce it quite right. But we're trying to pronounce it nicely. So we try to pronounce the Mahamantra nicely, as best we can. Wherever we're from, we've all got different accents. Some people can't even say the letters. I mean, Chinese people have a hard time with the R. You know that? Many times it's more like a little hale rather than a hare. And if you're from South America, you know, they can't pronounce J, it's Y. Yaya. Yaya Prabhupada, Yaya Prabhupada. They can't. J is very difficult for them. And in India, some people, which part of India are you from? Sorry.
South India.
How do people say the word Krishna in South India?
Krishna.
Some do. Some say Krishna, some say Krishna. They pronounce it differently in different parts of India. Everywhere different. Prabhupada said it doesn't matter. Krishna understands. If you're addressing him, he doesn't care. But we should try our best to obviously pronounce it as nicely as we can, that's all. We try to say all the words. Sometimes we forget the words. Not forget literally, but I mean we don't chant them. Oftentimes that happens. It's not the end of the world, but we try our best to chant the mantra, that's all. Sometimes we miss words out. We hear it. I'm sure if we listen to ourselves on a tape recorder, you'll be surprised. Sometimes what we're actually chanting. It's a good test once in a blue moon to just record yourself chanting and listen to it. You'll be surprised sometimes what you hear. It's the same with everyone. It's not just you, it's everyone has this Kali Yuga influence. And we try to chant as purely as we can. We try to avoid purposeful offenses. You can't control the mind. How many of you here can control your minds? Ishan, you control your mind, don't you? No? Oh.
It controls me.
Huh?
It controls me.
It controls you, does it? Okay. Yeah, usually we may control it in a sense for a few moments, right? And then bop, it's gone somewhere, hasn't it? You try to control it, but it keeps wandering, doesn't it? We try our best. But we're trying. And we don't want to be wandering. Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and Prabhupada's spiritual master and his spiritual master both said, you cannot control it, by the way. It's not possible. They say it is impossible to control. It's only possible by the mercy of Krishna. Therefore, you should simply cry to Krishna. Call to Krishna, that's all. The more we can turn to Krishna, that means the more Krishna conscious we are. After all, we're not the mind. We're not the body. Are we? Are we? Maybe you say yes, no, I don't know. But that's the theory at least, isn't it? So we just do our best to try to remember Krishna and avoid the offenses. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we will proceed now, I think. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
We have a message from...
Oh, the neck beads.
Pardon?
The neck beads.
Oh, we haven't... Oh, yeah, we didn't... Oh, we didn't... That was supposed to have been done already. That's where we did the Achaman. That's like part of it.
Now he's going to put the neck bead.
Neck beads?
I've got to put them on now.
Yeah.
I'll have to take this off then.
Yeah, he'll take it off for you first. He'll take it off, Alan.
I can do it for you.
He'll take it off. When we first got initiated in Trafalgar Square in 1972, we went up to take initiation from Srila Prabhupada on the square, and we didn't have neck beads on, so Prabhupada said, you must have neck beads on. So we were sent back to get neck beads put on. And that's another story. So this is part of it. Sometimes Prabhupada would call it like a dog collar, huh? Not that we're dogs. We're dogs in one sense. We're like faithful. We're trying to follow the master, Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Are you comfortable? They're not too tight?
Nice.
Good. Comfortable.
Very nice.
Good. Good.
Excellent.
Great. So the neck beads are now on. So I don't want to talk too long. You can find out what the 10 offenses are if you want to from any of these Brahmins here or whatever they are. These advanced, elevated souls sitting down here. You can go and wake them up and ask them, okay? And I don't want to keep you all up. It's busy day tomorrow, 7:40. Is it okay we go ahead now, or what are we going to do now? How are they going to, will they be able to hear it from Prabhupada? Prabhupada Pran Prabhu is many of you know him, he's the temple president in Scotland Temple. So I believe that Pancha has a message from him, and we're going to hopefully hear it. He wrote me a letter today with his own recommendation for Alan's initiation, as well as the local one. The manor also gave the green light, so you have the blessings from many sources, Tikshu, Rida, the manor, Scotland, as well as here. Maybe Manchester, I didn't ask. I'm sure they would be happy, very happy. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. He's a Brahmin, he can't go back on his word. Truthfulness is the first quality of a Brahmin. Yes.
Dear Janananda Maharaj and the assembled devotees, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I've known Alan Prabhu for a very long time, and I'm so happy to see that in his golden years he's taking shelter of the great and kind soul, His Holiness Janananda Maharaj. To me, this momentous and auspicious occasion indicates Krishna's acceptance and recognition of Alan Prabhu, his humble servant, to the assembly of devotees. Alan has been loyal to ISKCON for decades, despite attempts over the years by various splinter groups trying to infiltrate the Liverpool devotee community. Alan and his team kept the ISKCON programs safe and aloof from deviation. Of the body of long-standing devotees there in Liverpool, Alan is the part of the anatomy which is not seen but is required to hold it together, the backbone. He has been the staunch backbone throughout the various incarnations of the Liverpool Yatra. It is said we prove our love for Krishna by serving his devotees and performing our duty through thick and thin. He's been dutiful in this service for decades. Alan is a man with values and who attributes value to Krishna consciousness and the devotees. He values devotee association and he always puts other devotees ahead of himself. Although humble, he's not shy. I remember one Sunday feast, Alan was going around collecting donations for the feast. As we know, freeloaders are generally not contributors and can become a burden on the temple. I was amused by hearing Alan's straightforward response to a very meagre donor who offered a few measly pence in reciprocation for a wonderful feast. Alan simply looked him in the eye and smiled and said, "You'll need to do better than that." This very much appealed to my Scottish sense of humour. He understood and valued the effort everyone put into the programme and didn't like people taking it for granted. Over the years, Alan has arranged very nice dramas. He always puts a lot into making sure it represents the pastime and message properly. Once he had to put quite an effort into pulling a local cast together at Croonabovin, and it seemed to him to be like trying to herd squirrels. He got a bit frustrated with a couple of devotees and was later mortified thinking he'd offended those devotees. He thinks so highly of devotees and doesn't see himself as one. Srila Prabhupada said that this is the sign of devotee. He sees all others as a devotee, but he doesn't think of himself to be a devotee. Alan, along with a small cluster of devotees, has kept the flame of the Liverpool Yatra alight. I'm sure he is now delighted to see new life again in Liverpool, once more bringing a resurgence of the Yatra. I ask the devotees there, please respect and look after him, as I'm sure he will of you all too. It's a long time coming, Alan. Sorry I couldn't be there personally. Best wishes, Prabhu, from your old friend Prabhupada Prana. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Haribo. Yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Send him a big thank you from all of us. Huh?
Yeah, I'll send him a picture.
Ah. Well, when he takes initiation, I may go. Krishna willing. So, we can proceed. Where's their master of ceremonies? Where is he?
He's on the phone.
This is not the right time to be on the phone, is it? Unless it's to somebody else who's got a message or something. This is the climax. Come on. Where are you gone? Too tired. He's gone back to sleep again. Oh, here he comes. This is the climax of the whole event. We need your presence here.
Yes, Margie.
Are you okay?
How can I serve? Yes.
No, well, you just be here. That's how you... Everything's okay? No emergency?
No, just had to make some quick messaging.
Okay.
Just
Okay. So, the beads, at initiation also one receives new beads for chanting. Good. As Srila Prabhupada writes in the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam that you haven't got any tissues. Anyone any tissues? I don't think I brought mine.
We'll get some.
We should probably have some in the box here. Here it is.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
they come.
You have
We have already.
Tell Divya, but
Thank you so much. That the pastime of Bali Maharaj is very significant in many ways. Now, the part which I'm going to mention is interesting in relationship to what we've heard here and there, is that Bali Maharaj was famous for giving everything to the Lord. But even still, he was cursed by his, you could say spiritual master, but not the same type of spiritual master, but the family spiritual master, cursed him to go down to the lower planets of the universe. Because Bali Maharaj didn't follow his instruction, which is another story. So Bali Maharaj went down to the planets called Sutala Loka. And after that, Lord Krishna in the form of Vamana asked the spiritual master, his name was Shukracharya, why did you curse him? Shukracharya made a very interesting comment, or reply. He said, actually, my lord, everything is arranged by you. We are all but instruments. Bali did not commit any mistake or offense. However, this was your will. And he said, because Bali Maharaj chanted your name. And in the very famous verse, Mantratas Tantatas Chidram Dea Kalarhavastutaha, that even if the mantras are wrong, and we all know we're not so perfect, even if the direction is wrong, I don't know if you've got the right direction or not. Okay, so you're probably fairly well situated there. But not all of us are sitting in the right place. Even if the paraphernalia is not completely perfect, which it may or may not be, I don't know. There are plastic boxes I see there, and maybe everything else is fairly good, I suppose. But even if it's not, the time is wrong, the place is wrong, the direction is wrong, the mantras are wrong, we're wrong. Many of us are fingers touching our noses and ears and goodness knows what. That doesn't matter, he said. Because Anu Sankirtanam Tava. Your holy name is being chanted. Thus everything becomes Nischidram. Everything becomes faultless. This is Kali Yuga. The chanting of the holy name is the essence for the age. So we're going to request for the yogi if there could be a little kirtan, quiet, gentle kirtan going on. And we haven't got enough assembly here or facilities. But it's nice if one or two devotees or more devotees would like to read from Shastra during the yoga. If not, so be it. We have 4 pineapples there representing representing the 4 directions, so the 4 Vedas or whatever it is. Which one's the Vig Veda? Which one's the Rig? Which pineapple's the Rig Veda? Not sure. Huh? Yeah. And so now we'll go forward, I think, having said that. And you may need a little help or not, but Alan, Prabhu, if you can, come and offer your obeisances here, as we're all in the same place. Prabhupada, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Lord Nrsimha, even Ganapati, all of us are over here. So please come forward and get their blessings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we've been fortunate to hear some of the blessings that Krishna has bestowed upon Alan in the form of his connection with this movement and his service rendered. You can sit on the chair if you want, Alan, please. We have to remember this body belongs to Krishna, so we have to do our best to look after it in some way or another. So, normally at this stage we ask what the 4 regulative principles are. I find this rather embarrassing when devotees are very old, especially, of course, from India. An elderly Indian lady, she's 75 years old, and, they don't even know what it is not to follow the regulative principles. But for everyone's benefit, and if you can't remember, that's okay, don't panic. But can you remember the regulative principles?
No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no meat eating. Fish, eggs,
Pretty clear and pretty straightforward, to the point. Thank you, first class. And as I said earlier, sometimes when we're old and health issues come in, we can't always do what we want to do. But as much as possible, we want to. So daily, how much will you endeavor to chant of the holy name?
16 rounds daily, Maharaj.
Daily. And I know that Alan will do everything within his health, within his heart, to do that. But I know as a fact it's not always possible when when you're in a situation where you have health challenges. But we know that Krishna understands your intention, without a doubt. So I was thinking of a name beginning with A. There are lots of nice names beginning with A, isn't it? Antaranga, for instance, huh? What about Antaranga the Second? How about that? Would you be happy with that? An expansion. No, I thought of a different name. Other names were suggested by various devotees, and I won't mention what they were. But I didn't feel myself. You may have to feel in your heart what is Krishna's desire. Well, it so happened last night I was watching, I was in London last night, I was watching what do they call a podcast? Is that what it's called? Podcast. You know what a podcast is? I don't watch them very often. But someone sent me this recording of a podcast and said, Marge, this is actually another Slovakian devotee who sent it to me. Said, it's very wonderful. Please watch this, Marge. And so I watched it last night. And it was very wonderful. And the devotee who was being interviewed, some devotee I've known for a very long time. And he was, well, now he's same age as myself. We're a little younger than Alan. But this devotee was Prabhupada's nurse during the last 6 months of his life. He was Prabhupada's personal nurse who was being interviewed. And amazing interview. He was looking after Prabhupada in his last days when Prabhupada's body was basically invalid. Huh? So he has a name beginning with A. And I just felt that Krishna's telling us that one. So that's the one I've chosen. And some of you all don't say anything, please, Mr. Priest. He probably knows who I'm referring to. That can mean yes or no, and we know these Indians are very tricky. Yes, okay, silence. If he speaks a word, you have to give him a good chastisement, okay? Hare Krishna. So we're very privileged, fortunate, happy, you name it, enlivened, privileged, especially on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Parampara disciplic succession to connect officially Alan Prabhu to the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. That's the full name of the Sampradaya. Particularly the Gaudiya line from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the line of devotion, the line of Sankirtan line. And I know that Alan has also been a Sankirtan man. He joined us on Harinam quite a few times in the past in Liverpool. We used to come here sometimes on Harinam. And some of other of you would join us too. I think Barbara used to come out sometimes with us. Yeah. So I can easily remember this because of the Beatles. You may remember a famous recording of the Beatles, and there was a picture of them walking across a road with a zebra crossing, huh?
Yeah.
What was that place called? Abbey.
Road.
Abbey Road in London. It's not in Liverpool. The only thing I can remember about Liverpool and the Beatles was Strawberry Fields, or Field, or whatever it is. But that's another story. But Abbey Road. So this devotee's name begins with Abbey. Your name is Abhi Ram Das. Haribol. Haribol. Abhi Ram Prabhu Ki Jai. Everyone will call you Abhi. Abhi Ram. Abhi Ram is a name of Krishna. It means very charming, very attractive, very soft, very sweet. It has other meanings too. Yeah, it has other meanings, but that's the kind of the main meaning of that name. Huh? Is that right, Antaranga Prabhu?
Yes, Maharaj.
So I think he's very charming in every way. And Abhiram Prabhu was dedicated to Srila Prabhupada, along with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Those two devotees particularly dedicated 24/7 service in that last year to Srila Prabhupada's every need. And we can only do what we can, but it's kind of appropriate. Who knows, maybe Abhiram Prabhu will outlive many of us. You never know. But we don't, we usually expect when we get to upper ages, we're on the later laps of our lives. And it's a glorious thing to do, to take official shelter of Srila Prabhupada's mission officially at that stage. So thank you very much, Abhiram Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, thank you very much.
Thank you. And please now everyone raise their hands. Blessings. Abhiram Prabhu ki! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! What's the next line? Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! Whatever you can remember, try to always remember that much. I was telling Abhiram Prabhu early on, I gave one seminar one time to elderly devotees about 15, 20 years ago, over 70s, you know, vanaprasthas. And one of them was 92. He said to me, I was a grihasta at the time myself, or vanaprastha at the time myself. And he said, Prabhu, I can't remember hardly anything now. My memory is almost gone. All I can remember is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He said, perfect. If that's all you can remember, your life is perfect. If only I could only remember that. I remember all this stuff from the Beatles and the football and the this and the that, you know, the music, the festivals, you know, the rock festival. This stuff is still, you know, there in their subconsciousness. We don't embrace it, but it's still there, you know. But if all you can remember is the holy name, what are you going to think of when you leave your body? It's Krishna, perfection. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Abhiram Prabhu, if you can take yours, maybe make way so that you can easily pass to his seat. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Is that okay, everybody? Everything all right? I didn't make it too hard for everyone. Is that okay? Like, kind of something you can digest a little bit, something you can, you know. Food's only as much use as long as you can digest it, isn't it, really? So giving knowledge and everything's all very well, but if we can't digest it, it doesn't have much effect. It has to be digestible, doesn't it? What do you think, Antaranga? Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to now proceed with the first, I believe, initiation yajna in Liverpool. First in Liverpool. Haribol, congratulations. Well, they've only been here 9 months and already one yajna has taken place. It has to increase now more and more. I'm sure more devotees will also want to make this little step forward in their devotion. Hare Krishna. Okay, it's all yours, Sarvagya Prabhu. What is your? Please introduce me. Madhavi Lata. Are you together? Good. Forgive me if you're not, because I was addressing you with the assumption that you were together. Hare Krishna. Anyone else came with you from Manchester? No. Just the two of you. Thanks for coming over. Everyone okay? Okay. Beautiful evening, huh? Isn't it wonderful? Just nice. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Fire away. Literally, fire away. And whilst this is going on, Panch, you're going to play on the harmonium. Where is he? Little harmonium kirtan, sweet kirtan. Start with Prabhupada's pranams and go for it. Sweet kirtan. And if you want to chant japa or join in with the mantras that will be chanted, or join in with the kirtan. If anyone wants to read a shastra, I don't have any books with me as such. Or do I? I have a couple of books with me, I think.
We have Sutta Bhagavatam set and everything.
Okay, some of you can, you can read on your mobiles now. We don't need books anymore. We won't need priests much longer. We won't need gurus much longer. Everything will be online. You know, you just press Ask IT. No? No, what's it?
Chat GPT.
AI. Ask AI. Answer all of your questions. Don't worry. Pardon? What's happening? Yeah, the smoke's going to be too much. Maybe come and sit over here. The smoke's going in towards Abhiram. Sit over here. Whatever you sit, don't make sure the smoke doesn't go in your face. You can sit here. There's no smoke coming this way. Panchatattva. There's no smoke coming here. Whoops. The other thing you can do is this. You going to the bathroom or what? Wants to sit down? Is everything okay? You can sit anywhere. What we do in many places is the candidate holds a little dish away from the fire and just puts the grains into the dish, and afterwards they're poured into the fire. You don't have to come close, or if you are, come and sit here so there's no smoke. There's no good. Antaranga, can you arrange a chair out of the smoke, please? Out of the smoke. Away from the smoke. Don't push. If there's no smoke there, whatever, but don't push him around all over the grass. But you can just sit there if you want, wherever you like.
Would this be okay?
If there's no smoke, the main thing is no smoke, no too much heat. Is there some grains, Antaranga? There's some grains that Abby can throw?
Yes.
It's simple, just explain it very simple. And if it gets too much for you, don't hesitate to say, we can just withdraw. Little kirtan can begin now. Readings can begin aloud. You have to read aloud. Readers, aloud. You don't have to shout, but at least you have to speak it. Hare Krishna. Somebody should just make sure that there's no inconvenience to Abhiram with the smoke or heat, okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Keep an eye on that, because he might not get it. I've had to go pass out at yoga before.
Oh, I see.
One of my godbrothers passed out. He was given the initiation. Move back as much as you want.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you need some water to drink?
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Plate.
Gauravani
For the grains.
Pracharine Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Pastachare Shatarine.
Thank you.
Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Antaranga, if it's not easy for him, you can do any way he likes.
Yes. You're just gonna grab of this, and then when the brahmana requests you, we're just gonna put it on the plate, and then we're gonna pour everything inside
At the end.
at the end. So when the brahmana says swaha, we're gonna take it, and just put it here on the side. This is fine also like this, and then we're gonna put it in the fire in one. Okay?
I mean, if he wants to, if he can throw it at the fire, he may well do. You can do that
You
if
can
you
also
want
throw
to.
it in the fire.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, if you can
Can
do
you
that.
tell me what is the real significance of the fire?
The fire it's the tongue of Lord Vishnu.
The tongue of
The
Lord
tongue
Vishnu.
of Lord Vishnu, and we're offering, you could say, we're offering our homage, our hearts to the Lord. And it actually burns up many of the anarthas within our heart, to clear up some of the hangovers within our heart. We're offering everything to the Lord through our mouth. The yogya for Lord Vishnu. It represents on the left there you see one, maybe a coconut, I can't see. Is there a coconut in there or not? Under the rose. Is there a coconut under the rose? I don't know. But that coconut is actually a form. They've installed a form of the Lord in there. So he's present here, and that's like his tongue burning up, or whatever. In a sense, it's our reactions being burnt up. This is a mixture. It's called samagri. There are many different types. There's different auspicious spices, a few grains, and through the grains, it said that when you offer the grains to the Lord in a fire like this, one's sinful reactions are entering into the fire and getting burned up like that. We may still have desires, but we don't have the reactions from those desires anymore.
So we're gonna start and proceed. I'm gonna be here with you. I can tell you when to do that. Either if you can do it directly in the fire,
Hare
here, and then we put it afterwards in the
Hare
fire.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Whichever
Rama.
degree you feel comfortable with.
Sarvagya Prabhu, Sarvagya, you're just doing the Vaishnav Homa?
Yes.
It's a very simple one, huh?
Yeah. And also, don't get the fire.
Hare Rama.
Om Ajnanatimidandasya Gnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena
Hare Krishna, Hare